when you become a citizen in America, you celebrate it. There is a citizenship ceremony, and I once had the opportunity to attend a ceremony like that with 150 people of something like 48 different nations all together on a Friday morning in New York City. I thought it was great, but that's required as well, right? Of course, in New York you have big groups. In a small city somewhere in America, you could perhaps have a ceremony of just 2 people, but in your view, what's the importance of this kind of ceremony? And then perhaps you should also describe a little bit how it works.
It's an incredibly moving experience. It could be in a room like this. It is a judge, a U.S. federal judge, who oversees the ceremony. He or she will issue the oath of allegiance, and so everybody is invited to stand up and pledge to the United States of America, and everyone is given an American flag. The president makes a message, so there is a recorded message where the president says, "Welcome, we are so happy that you have joined our nation. We will be better because of you." There's always some sort of guest speaker or something, and then we sing 2 songs. One is the Star Spangled Banner, and then there is a song that drives some people crazy outside of our country, and some in our country. But we sing a song that is proud to be an American, and it is a very powerful song about. Literally, the words are, "I'm proud to be an American because at least I know I'm here." And then it goes on to talk about the freedoms that we have. It is an incredibly. My parents both became citizens, and I never imagined, and my husband. And I never imagined what that experience must have been like until I experienced my first citizenship ceremony. And I will never, ever underestimate the power of a citizenship ceremony.
And people bring their family sometimes.
It's incredible.
It's like a marriage, or it's like, they celebrate it really with their family. People are taking pictures. It's a big day for them, right?
Yeah. It's a moment in your life.
Here in Belgium, usually people go to the city hall and get a little paper, and then it's done.
I hope you throw them a party next time. They deserve it.
Now, you think it's important? I mean,
it builds a nationalism that cannot be understated. It builds a sort of pride that sort of is critical for us, but then critical for their children. Many of these individuals may be parents who have children who were born and raised in the U.S., and so now is this moment of sort of being able to sort of be one family. You know, the thing about being, unless you're an American, and I understand that you all don't use the word deport, we do, because people can be deported from our country, and many people are deported from our country. It's a big challenge, and it's a big debate, actually, right now. And American citizens cannot be deported. And so for us, it is incredibly important that people take that seriously. Because if something goes wrong in someone's life and you are a legal permanent resident, you actually can be deported. And you may own homes, and you may own businesses, and you may have a family. And all of that is lost. Unless you're an American, you have the right to be there forever.
Now, I remember the ceremony I was referring to. I had the opportunity to attend. They were not only saying or celebrating the fact that it was not only about the Pledge of Allegiance, but the people, the masters of ceremony, not the judge, but there was a kind of migration official who was like the master of ceremony. And he was also saying, thank you for your diversity. You don't have to leave your own culture or your own language or your own traditions behind. Keep them. You'll still be who you are and who you always have been, but you're becoming an American as well, starting from today. And I thought that was very, very moving as well. I mean, it was not about becoming...
Leave everything behind.
Or trying to deny everyone's past.
It's that.
But that's perhaps something only in New York. Perhaps if you go to a small city or a small town in...
I mean, you can land in Arizona as, you know, as volatile as it is. Though don't go there. You come here. We want your money. They're not so nice. Anyway, come to me. But you can go there. They do have beautiful mountains. And ask someone on the street, and they might be fifth generation Mexican American, and they will say, you know, I'm Mexican American, and they celebrate what that means. It really is an opportunity to, and I'll say it again, we celebrate where people are from and where they are today. How do you recognize them as assets to, you know, to their new homeland?
Yeah.
You know, we actually say the term that's used for immigrants. So I'm the Commissioner of Immigrant Affairs, but many places refer to the newest immigrants as, for us, we say the newest New Yorkers, and in many parts of the country we say the new Americans, right? So the new Americans. So because we recognize them as that.
Mm-hmm. Now let's talk about perhaps the most sensitive issues, cultural issues, religious issues. I know that in the US are remarkably open for diversity, religious traditions. It's also a matter of the First Amendment, of course, so it's very hard to restrict anyone's religious expressions or freedom of expression. But are there no limits, no restrictions at all to a person's ability or freedom to express his or her religious identity?